Hey, hello and welcome. Welcome back to Soaring Alignment. I'm Denise.
Hi everyone, I'm Julie.
Yay, great to be back here. How have you been going, Julie, in the last few days, or even since we did the last recording?
Oh, it's been such a journey, quite a ride really. There's just been so much happening at the moment, and I feel that, the calling is to go within more, to really tune into our heart centers and be in that space even more than ever, because when we're in that space, we just create more of, what we're truly meant to create, that is based on love and joy. Love is who we are. So, it's almost there's that real focus on really bringing that more to the planet, because that's what we're creating, this new earth that is becoming concrete, or really forming in our lives, is based on love. And so in order to really bring it into our lives, it's allowing that to come in and letting go of all that egoic stuff, which is not there's nothing wrong with that. We need our egos, and not to say that the ego is bad for us, but more that be aware of where we're creating from, because if we're coming from a place of fear, that's what you focus on is what you get. So I feel like there's been a lot of that focus on that, and really being centered in ourselves and speaking and being our truth, and to not be afraid of that anymore, because for a long time we've been conditioned to lay low, not cause issues, not cause disruption, and to follow the orders really of whoever that might be, society, parents, etc. But if we have our truth in our hearts, then it's really important to share that and be that, without necessarily being forceful about it and really pushing it down people's throats, but really just being who we are. It's that's been my journey. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. It's for me. I've said it quite a few times and shared it with a lot of people, where we all came to the conclusion it's really about the time of divinity, and step into your goddess self or God self and really see that for who we truly are. And all the noise that keeps going on in the world really shows me it's like so blatant now, to me anyway. It's like they're really trying to sidetrack everybody, and it's very much about being back in your heart space, which is then out of the head into the heart, and being that truth and vibrate that high. So I feel that's absolutely that. And today I feel really good energetically. I feel amazing, even though in the last couple of days we had a lot of sun or solar flares coming towards Earth.
Yes.
And that could mean for some people you get super tired, or like today I feel super invigorated. And also not to forget that there might be a lot of cosmic information and codes coming in, which is beautiful. So with the uplifting of humanity, which I feel we finally really truly are embarking on, that's really coming in and can be a positive thing.
Absolutely, yeah. I think in general, I feel like all the solar flares, like you were saying, all of that is coming through for a reason. It just can feel uncomfortable, especially if maybe the body isn't quite used to it, or something is being triggered to release something. And so that can be when the discomfort comes. And so I feel it's a good time to be easy on oneself as well, like over the next few days as it reaches the planet, to just take care and not push, but just allow and go with that flow and see what happens.
And really listen to your body and your needs. And exactly right. Yeah, and then it's like between last night and tomorrow last night we had here in the southern hemisphere, we have Samhain, which is the equivalent to Halloween. So it's always on the dark moon, and because it's a celestial event, of course it's not the same time as Halloween, but the 6 months difference. the dark moon, and it's the time of where the veils are the thinnest, and we can connect to our ancestry line, to our ancestors, to the knowledge, all the loved ones that have passed. And then tomorrow we have the new moon.
That's right.
Which is exciting. You know? Great time to do the video.
Yeah, exactly. And also being in Aries, it gives us that energy to move forward. So to set intentions for projects that we want to create, or, you know, I think it just feels in general like a new beginning. And I know it's a new moon, but it's just you know, to take that time to really tune in to what it is that we want to create over the next 6 months. If we just focus on that, because you know, is it a new home, travel, you know, whatever it might be, to really set that intention now and to start taking those steps to really bringing it into manifestation, like to really bring it into something tangible. And so that feels exciting.
It is, yeah. And I was going to say the same, even though it seems obvious, but it is, it definitely feels like strong new beginnings with this.
Yeah.
I did it last night. I wrote down my, you know, what's going to bring me joy and what do I want to manifest. And if you guys haven't done it yet, I know Julie has done it already as well. Then, you know, do it today and sit down. And even if you watch the video to a different point in time, I think it's always great to set intentions. And
that's right. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of clarity is coming in today. So much clarity, focus, and new beginnings. And yeah, so once again, it's exciting times ahead.
I think so. And also just going on about to continue on about the intentions. You know, when you set an intention, it really sends a force forward, or there is no time as such, but it really just sends that energy strongly, rather than, you know, I wish for this or I hope for that. When you set that intention, it really, you know, it's like, no, I intend to do that. So sort of be clear about the wordings that you use, because they do play a role in our lives as well.
Absolutely. And then also when you want to manifest something, the key is first, you know, you think about it, you write it down, and then you really visualize it when you have it already, not thinking about that, what you just said, you know, oh, I wish I do this or that. And then when you share it on top of that feeling and you share it with a friend, that's really how we can co-create. I've just done it with a dear friend of mine in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. And also being able to then let it go as well, like not be attached to a certain outcome. Like I believe that when you set the intention, when you let it go, it allows it to come through to its highest form or highest potential. Because sometimes, you know, we are human beings, so we have a certain perspective of life, and the universe, or whoever you believe in, has a higher perspective of how it, you know, what will be the best for our development and growth. So just I feel be able to let that go as well.
Yes. So it's like when you're manifesting, instead of saying, like, just to give an example, I want that red car. Instead of saying that, it's like, you know, could come anyway towards you. Firstly, not to say, oh, you know, I want to win the lotto to get a red car, because then already, you know, you've got 2 blocks there. Firstly, it has to be a red car. The other one is like, has to be lotto. You know, just to simplify it. But, you know, instead of saying like, wow, I see myself in this beautiful new car. That's it, you know, instead of anything else. And then we're letting it go. But
that's perfect.
Different circumstances, could be anything really. And there was some other fleeting thought I had just before. With the universe, you know, I really believe also, like, we are that, you know, we are the higher self, we are the source energy, and there's so many codes coming through from our true knowledge, and it's that microcosm and macrocosm, that we are that, you know, we are that.
That's right. Yeah. And it's really changing us, like on all different levels, because on a physical level, it's changing our, you know, the codes help to, you know, reform our DNA so that we're actually operating from our I suppose, original blueprint, or however we want to word it, rather than what has been compromised to a certain extent. So when we really when we receive those codes, they really bring us to our highest level. And so we get to operate from that space of knowing, like you said, Denise, that we are all that, and we don't need to be living small or playing small.
That's right. It's very much about that. And yeah, that came through already today as well. And it's another thought just before you said that as well. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. It's gone. If it comes back, I'll get back to you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Shall we do some cards then, just to see?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what the cards want to share today. Jumpy message for us. Oh, well, I didn't realize there was one card like that was already upturned. And there's another. They're very clear today. Oh, beautiful. And so at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Ten of Wands, and I don't normally read them upside down, but sometimes they just speak to me like that. So normally when you've got the Ten of Wands upright, it's this heavy burden and feeling weighed down. But with it being in reverse, it's like that's coming out. We're moving away from that heavy burden. That and the more that we do our work, the more that we realize how free we are to create what we want, that we are true creators. It's not, in the past maybe it would seem like, oh, that's not possible, that that's just strange talk. But as you do the work, you start to open up to more and more, and you can let go of the burdens of this 3D world and start to open up to more, that anything is possible when we really allow it and believe it to be so.
Yeah, I have to say something in between, because this card actually made me remind what my thought was. It's exactly what to share with everybody out there, to really do your homework and really do, like, if it's meditation or if it's a quiet moment in the garden or if it's with cooking, but actually to find your routine or homework that you can do to feel at ease and peace. It feels so important right now, and I just get, I feel so much stronger when I do my certain things, and that you don't have to do it always like in a certain routine way that you say, oh, I have to do this in the morning, and then it throws you if you don't find the time to do it then. But whenever you have a bit of time in the day, just sit for a moment and go inwards. And if you don't like to meditate, even sit with a crystal or connect with the earth, go to the ocean or into the forest. And that feels super important. I wanted to share that, and it fits.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's lovely. Oh, pleasure. Oh, the cards did it. I think that's perfect. Thank you. The next one that came up was the sun. Hopefully you can see the sun card, which is beautiful. I love the sun card. It's the happiest card of the deck, and I wish you could see it a bit more clearly, but so it's just saying that, when first it reminds me of the solar flares that you just talked about, this radiant light that is shining down on us. And it's also joy, like, because you see this little baby on the horse, and it's just remembering that our truth, our remembering who you are. We didn't come here to suffer and to just follow orders and live a very mundane and I don't know, painful life. I'm not sure that's the right word, but our life was meant to be glorious, and to remember that and to really dive into that. And we talked about doing the journaling or setting the intention. Set the intention for what it is that you really want, and not to come from that that box, but to really think outside of the box, to think big, to allow yourself to dream. And because that's how we manifest, and we really go beyond, we really tune into our hearts and like go beyond what we've been told. So it's just affirming all of this is here for us, and to empower ourselves to be in that space, to know that. And then we have the death card come through, and the death card is about transformation. So we're really going through a huge transformation at the moment, and learning so much and growing so much. And you know, it's a beautiful process. It can be, you know, challenging at times, and we can go through those emotions, but when you come through, once you go through an experience which really transforms you, you know, there's nothing else that can take that away from you, nor give you that feeling of like, wow, I've really learned so much, I've really grown. So, you know, if life feels like it's a bit tough at the moment, just know that it's leading you forward, that we're experiencing what we need to, because it's part of the journey. But there's, you know, great things when we do the work and we learn what we're meant to, then we come out of it with you know, real beauty and lots of good things. And then we've got the Two of Cups, and the lighting, unfortunately, you'll see it at the end when we put it on the video, but the Two of Cups is really, when I see this from a spiritual perspective, it's about coming into union, like really coming into union with ourselves. And, you know, the masculine and feminine, because we all have masculine and feminine, whether we're male or female, when that comes together and works within ourselves together. So we allow our feminine to be receptive, to receive ideas, to be intuitive, and then we use our masculine side to, you know, do the actions in order to, you know, move towards our goal. Then, you know, that's when we're really working within ourselves in a loving and peaceful way. We're in that beautiful union. And, you know, that's when we're in that space, that's the perfect space to then attract other people around us who are like that. Because then we're only, you know, that's where we're vibrating or focusing our energy. And so, you know, what's within is what is without. So if you're feeling like you're seeing a lot of people who are frustrating you or whatever, maybe just ask yourself, which part of yourself could that be relating to, so that you can send healing to that. And then once you do, you can let that go, and you know, it won't be a part of your learning anymore, because you would have learned what you needed to, and you can start to move forward based on a new whole ground. So I think that's been a lot to say, but hopefully everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's gorgeous. Thank you.
Oh, pleasure. Yes, it's really lovely time that we're in right now.
Strong, and it's a good reminder to not to, you know, if you are going through a hard time, to realize that's usually, you know, it is because we're still learning something. And or you might wonder, why do I always go back to the same fault or mistake, or, you know, why am I still in that same loop? It's like, okay, so it's not totally finished yet, but you can more aware you become every time it happens, you will shift it. You are on the way to shift.
That's right. Yeah, I love that, especially like when that awareness, that's such a huge thing for us right now.
Absolutely. And that card with the sun, I could really feel that in my heart, and then going into the solar plexus as well, just that empowerment of self through it.
That's so, right.
Yeah. I'll make sure I'll do the sun today as well. Let's see with these guys, the elemental being kingdom. Any other messages for our April reading, beginning of April, first part of the month? Any messages, anything you'd like to share? All right, I got 3 gorgeous ones here. So the first one that came in is the Queen of Bethlehem. The Queen of Bethlehem, she comes in, actually very fitting, to keep sanity. Whenever you feel like, oh, I'm gonna lose it, or, you know, I don't trust in the world anymore, and like, why is more going on in the world now? More pain, and things that are happening that we watch that are not coming out of the liberation of being in freedom and love and peace and harmony. And it could be that, or it could be smaller things in your household or with your family, to not feel like you're going mad. Basically, she gives you support to stay sane, and I feel like it's so graceful and very nourishing, her energy, and really gives you that support. And you got the elemental beings around, you got that knight in shining armor that is a unicorn. So it's all about wisdom from the higher realms coming in as well. Yeah, so that's the first
I love
part.
that.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? So being like, to have that support. And then the next card is number 5, the Queen of Passage. And this card speaks very much about more wisdom and knowledge coming in. It's about like a rite of passage, that this is part of a rite of passage for all of us. And April, that we know already with the astrology that's coming up, there's a truth is gonna hit the fan, so to speak.
I love it.
And, yeah, so this is very much about a reminder, even though it might seem chaotic right now. This is a rite of passage for all of us, and we're going through to the next level. And you see there's like a hawk or falcon and a raven on the card. So it's the feathered ones, the winged ones are here with us, the support to open our heart space and lift up, which doesn't mean we need to be taken out or anything from a situation, but it just means, you become more stable within your heart space. And then the outcome card of what to expect, where we're going from here, is number 33, one of my favorite cards. She's the fairy of growth. Isn't she cute?
Very
gorgeous,
cute.
Beautiful blues and greens in there.
Yeah.
And the fairy of growth, it's a master number 33. It's all about learning and studies, and even I feel her being very connected to nature and the natural flow of such, to just allow everything to unfold. It's like that message of knowing and totally trusting the process, that everything is exactly where it's meant to be. And the blue and the green color, you see her whole crown is opening up and letting a lot of light in. I feel like there's a lot of learning, a lot of healing, but it doesn't come from pushing. It comes from sitting in your center and in your heart. It's not about doing. It's about just allowing it, the process to take place. And I actually feel like a tree coming into my being and allowing me to be really grounded with her.
That's a great imagery.
So it's very simple, 3 short messages here, but very on point. And fitting, as per usual, fitting with your cards.
Very powerful. That's what I feel a lot. There's a lot of power coming through from those cards as well, from the cards today.
Yeah, it's all about that, the reminder of the self-empowerment. And, nobody's going to take our power away unless you
allow it. Yeah, absolutely. And just one thing that came up as well was just about being aware of where we put our focus, because, and you did a great job of reminding to put that focus internally, because the outside world may look like it's going crazy, but there's a reason why it may be made to look that way, when actually there's a lot of good that's happening in the world. And so the more that we can focus internally, then we share that energy around. And if you feel caught, you feel upset by a situation that you happen to be seeing or comes to you, then send love to that situation, but don't fall into the whole getting too caught up in the heavy emotions of it.
I agree. Yeah, that's great. Nicely put. Yeah, absolutely right. Gorgeous. We got it.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. Oh, thanks so much, Denise, for your time today.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody that's watching and tuning in and sharing and everything.
That's right.
Gorgeous. Perfect. Yeah. And wishing you a great start for April.
Yes.
It's big times coming our way.
very big, very exciting. Remember to set your vision, your intentions for, you know, the rest of the year or even the next 6 months, and yeah, we'll be well on the way. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful.
Thanks so much.
Oh, thanks
Tune in
everyone.
next time again, right?
That's
Thanks,
right.
Julie.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. We'll see everyone. We'll see you all very soon at the next one. Lots of love.
Yes.
Bye.
Lots of love. Bye.